songs I did 2 years after the Beatles came out. The Beatles happened in 1964. That's when we became aware of them. I saw them on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1964. By 1966, I was writing my first songs record because I sounded more like Kiss. And all the other songs, some sounded like Kiss, some sounded like the Beatles, some were different vibes, never appeared on records. And so, before I croak, I'm 68 now, the last thing I wanted to do was, after I'm gone, somebody in some record company or someplace releases a retrospective, the lost vault, the lost songs of Gene Simmons. He's dead now, but listening to these tracks, I didn't want that. I wanted, while I'm here, while you guys are here, I want to enjoy this, which is where and why the vault happened in the first place. So I've been planning to do this for 10 years, literally. And about 3 years ago, I got serious about it. So let me tell you what the vault is. It's 150 tracks with all kinds of people. Some of the songs I wrote with Bob Dylan, 3 songs. In fact, the songwriting session with Bob is in here. I discovered, I don't know how else you can put it, Van Halen. The brothers Van Halen appear on 3 songs, including the original version of Christine 16 and the original version of Eddie playing that solo, which I tortured Ace to reproduce, although he hated it. Is that in the...
Would you like to play a little bit of that? Yeah! So that's track 5. If we could play track 5, which is Christine 16.
1978. That's Edward on drums. That's Edward on guitar. He likes to be called Edward, even though I call him, and everybody else calls him Eddie. Alex on drums, and yours truly on keyboards, all the background vocals, rhythm guitars, engineering, and a blah, 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 blah.
Can you share a little insight into what those recording sessions were like with Ed and Alex when you guys got together and did these tracks?
The short story is, although it's impossible because I love the sound of my own voice. No, really, I do. That deep baritone. I'm fascinated by myself. No, truly, really. No, I know my name, I know. So 1970, look, I signed the band in 77 to Man of a Thousand Faces. I fly Van Halen to New York, put him up at Electric Lady Studios, and we record and arrange, and I produced 15 songs, most of the songs that became Van Halen 1 and half of Van Halen 2. And in return, and we were going back out on tour, and I couldn't get somebody interested in the band. I tore up the contract, and I did the ethical thing. I didn't hold them hostage. I said, you guys, we're going out on the Love Gun tour. When we come off tour, I'll try again. Of course, in the meantime, they got signed to Warner Brothers and became a big band right away. When we came back from Japan in 1978, I called the Van Halen brothers. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. By 2 o'clock in the morning, we were at Village Recorders in Los Angeles, and we recorded 3 songs. Christine 16, which I'd just written coming back from Japan, Got Love for Sale, and Tunnel of Love. The other two songs wound up on a solo record. So those three songs wound up on the record, and both Edward and Alex were kind, generous. In the middle of the night, came down, and it was very fast. I'm showing Alex the changes. Here's how it goes on guitar, and so I recorded the original guitar down. Alex played the drums within 1 or 2 takes. Then I overdubbed the bass, put on a lead vocal, stuck on a sketch of the harmony parts, and then Edward played the solo. Although on the other 2 songs it was different. Edward learned the songs and actually played the chords. And then after I did everything else, I stuck on the keyboards at the end. And I want to tell you that there is no rhyme or reason to how these songs are written. They just come. I'm not doing the great artiste kind of thing. I'm lucky enough to hear melodies in your head. I want to tell you a secret. Just listen to me for a second. Everybody creates. Everybody writes books. Everybody paints. Everybody goes into the shower or the bathroom or when nobody's looking, when you're doing a long drive in the car. Don't you hum to yourself? Is there anybody here that hasn't making up melodies to yourself? Is there anybody that has never done that?
Hell yeah!
Oh, okay. Well, you're clearly insane, so aside from my good friend, everybody does, which means, I'm sorry? So everybody does that, which means you're writing songs. The difference between the songwriters and you is they actually develop it further, record it, put lyrics to it, or they rap to it. Nowadays, you don't have to sing or create anything, you can just talk. As long as you said go up to 7-Eleven, hold up at 11, you can just make up words. That's called rap. You don't have to play an instrument, you can just talk. And that's not a put down, it just is what it is. So all you guys create stuff, and so don't take it for granted. When we do the Gene Simmons Master Class, which you have to get the vault for in order to sign up for, I will show you how you're going to write your own first song. You're going to write a first song in your life, though you've never written a song, and you're going to be playing an instrument in under 2 hours, though you've never played it before. I swear to you that's true. I've done it before. People are amazed when it happens. They can't believe it, but it's true. Anybody take the Gene Simmons Master Class here that's been there before? What was the name of the song you co-wrote for the first time in your life? What was the name of the song?
Hell yeah!
And the song Hell Yeah, did I write that or did you write that?
We did!
That's right.
We wrote it and we sang it.
That's right. You wrote it. You came up with it. Somebody, I said to you, get up there, make up your own words, just throw the first thing that comes out, and that's how songs get written. Okay, so I told you it was going to be a short answer.
So can we play a little bit of Tunnel of Love as well with the Van Halen
Sure.
brothers? So that's track 4, Tunnel of Love.
Give away too much. So there are all kinds of the demos were done fast. They're all professionally done. Some may surprise you. Here, check this out. This is Suspicious.
Track 12.
Track 12. Check this out. I think you'll be surprised. Proud to have written a few songs. I'm sorry?
How come it didn't make the album? It's fucking awesome.
Yeah. Well, that's a good question. We are blessed that Paul is in the band, and when Ace used to write songs, and so we're all blessed that the band is pretty prolific. There are lots of songs to choose from, and the mystery of how songs appear on Kiss records is just one of those things. You pick the best in the lot. There are only certain numbers of slots, and the other songs get put on the side. Some of them pretty damn good songs. So I wanted to write with Bob Dylan, so I picked up the song, and I called his management, and they said, well, you can't. No, sir, give me the fucking phone. Before I knew it, Bob was on. Hey, how you doing? Hi, Bob. Hey, I was expecting to say, the fuck out of here, Jew boy, something like that. No, within 2 days, he came out of an unmarked van, came up to our house, and out came Bob Dylan carrying an acoustic guitar. I'm going, wow. And within an hour after pleasantries and how do you like to tune and all that stuff, we started working. 6 hours later, we came up with at least 3 songs. All of those are in the 150 unreleased tracks. I don't want to sound like a car salesman, but...
How many tracks?
150 tracks on his 10 CDs, never before released tracks, available at GeneSimmonsVault.com. And I will press but wait, but there's more.
What else you get?
I'll personally hand deliver Zimbabwe? No, fuck, I'm not going to Zimbabwe. But I will come to New Zealand. Yes. Brazil? Yes, I will come to Brazil. I will come to where you are. Because this thing, by the way, is a monster. Listen. This weighs 38 pounds. This is about 3 feet tall. There's an action figure, very good looking, attractive action figure inside. A 50,000 word book. Really the highest quality stuff. Each of the CDs comes there, and the 50,000 words are the stories of where I was, who I was with, blah, 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 blah. A lot of photos that have never been seen before.
Can we talk about the book for a second? Because I got Mr. Ken Sharp over there obviously helped. He put the book together. So
this was a project whenever I would go over to interview Gene, I would always ask him about the box set, and he would say, sometime it's going to happen, sometime. And finally, out of the blue, I got an email from him saying...
How many years have you been asking me?
Probably about 10 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And out of the blue, I got an email where Gene said, we're doing the box, are you interested? And of course, I said yes. Because that's the type of stuff I'm really interested in, those backstories. And it was such a blast interviewing Gene. I mean, the thing that really impressed me the most about this box set is how engaged he was with this, knowing that this was his legacy, with Kiss, but beyond Kiss, too, to show off all the sides of his, musical personality. And we did hours and hours and hours of interviews. And he really dug through his psyche to give, this this isn't 2 sentences for a song. I mean, there's meat here. There's a lot of really interesting information. I thought I knew it all, or close, and I learned a lot doing this, and I know all of you will too. It was a really fascinating project, and to go through.
Now, I just want to say that there are original... Somebody step on your foot? What happened? Is she having your child? What's...
I'll leave the check in your room.
So, Ken was kind enough to actually find some of the lost lyrics. So you'll find lyrics that I wrote in Holiday Inns in Indianapolis. The original lyrics, the original sketches, all that stuff is all in there. I don't know why. I mean, that's the only way I've been anal my entire life. I've collected myself. I guess I have an advantage because me, the way Shannon always says it. Oh, is this about you again? So I've collected me for my entire life, and I don't know, I've been delusional about it. So the book contains all that crazy stuff that I never knew anybody would give a squat about, but apparently a few million people on Earth do. I just want to say, this is not going to be no salesman talk, no nothing. This ain't going to stores. There are going to be no retail. There's no cheaper version than this. This is the only shape I want this to appear in. I am so fucking sick and tired of iClouds and popcorn farts and Spotify. Music is art. When I was a kid, you used to be able to hold, and you loved your albums. You held on to them. You collected them. You put them on your fireplace. You looked at them. There were books about the art, about the design, and all bands used to take great pride in making as much effort in the music as they did about the package that it came in. It was art. So I refuse to play by the modern rules where everybody's pressing buttons and your elevator music over there. Fuck that. Yeah. This is the only shape and form this will ever appear in. It bears noting a Rolls Royce is never on sale. Okay? The only way you can get it is in that one way. It's not for everybody. So I want to say only a few thousand of these will ever be made. Maybe 5,000 on planet Earth. After those are gone, see ya. Thanks very much. It's not for everybody. But because I'm blessed and because I can afford it, I'm going to fly on my dime. I'm paying for the flights, the security, the hotels, the insurance, and all that, and I'm going to deliver this to wherever you are. Literally. Now, it bears noting, if you live in the North Pole, and there's one of you, and you delivered that, fuck that, I'm not going to the North Pole. But mostly, almost anywhere you are, if you're upside down in Australia or whatever, alright, settle down, don't get excited. Some of you know, this morning I officiated at a wedding in our suite upstairs, and they were from Perth. Are you from Perth? They are closer to Indonesia than they are to any other city in Australia. That's how lost the city is. It's at the end of, am I right? Yes. You can go right into the ocean, and you're 6 hours away from the nearest city. It's unbelievable. But we've been there, and we continue to go there. And yes, if there are enough of you in Perth, I'm going to fly to Perth, for fuck's sake. Okay, we'll talk.
In the cold light of a midnight, everybody runs for cover, and the hold on of a cold dog. She went out to find a lover. She's got a fraction, she's got a place. I got my
happen at night.
In the front row of a cheap show.
Now Ken told me if we played his favorite song from the vault, he would give me $10. So if we can we play?
Wait, how about me?
Well, no, I was good. Then I'd have to give you the $10 plus interest.
What's this, a side bet?
The side action.
What song?
Eskimo Sun.
Oh my God.
So that's track 13.
So before you do that, I just want to say, this box set is the largest box set of all time, spanning 50 years. It started